Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jack, and SmackDown Live, I reviewed Raw, literally, I don't know how long it would take me to render these videos, but it was earlier on today, and I've just finished watching SmackDown, and very good SmackDown, in my opinion. Some iffy points, same as Raw, some iffy points, but very good in terms of action and what happened. It's just been a fantastic 4 days of wrestling for the WWE. And, yeah, probably the best 4 days this year for wrestling and, well, for WWE altogether. Not every bit of wrestling, but for WWE at least. So we started off the night with The Miz coming out and mocking Daniel Bryan's retirement speech. But instead of retiring altogether, he said he was retiring from facing Daniel Bryan ever again. Him and Maurice were running down Daniel Bryan and all that until Daniel Bryan came out and calling The Miz a coward. And because obviously at SummerSlam, The Miz beats Daniel Bryan with some brass knucks handed to him by Maurice. Maurice then piped up at Daniel Bryan and said, just go home, just retire again, and basically be a housewife. You might as well call yourself Daniel Bella, which was the cue to bring out Brie Bella, and Brie completely annihilated The Miz with a few punches, and Daniel Bryan announced that he spoke to Paige and it set up a mixed match at Hell in a Cell between Daniel and Brie versus The Miz and Maurice, which should be a good match. It wouldn't be the match that I would book, but gives Brie some time, seeing as she's been on bloody 3 WWE shows in a row now. Surprised Nikki Bella wasn't there, but it gives Maurice a bit of action as well since having the baby, and Brie we haven't seen since the Rumble, so yeah, wouldn't be the match that I booked, but still looking forward to it either way. Next up, we had a match between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, which I was like, why are they showing this on free TV? Why are they giving away this on free TV? It was an alright match, but it ended in a DQ. Jeff Hardy punted Randy Orton right in the bollocks and then completely annihilated him. We had him steal chairs, basically getting revenge on Randy Orton. Steel chairs, swanton bombs, off high places, which is still a bit iffy with Jeff Hardy, but it looked menacing and gruesome and awesome. And if they aren't stuck in a Hell in a Cell, then I don't know what this feud is all about, because it has got all the ingredients to be a fantastic Hell in a Cell match, and I can't wait. It'll be very good. Hopefully Jeff doesn't try and swanton bomb off the top of the cell or something stupid like that, because no one wants to see that, but it'd probably go through people's heads backstage. Just don't let him do it. Just don't let him do it. Next up, we had a wild Naomi, who we haven't seen on TV for quite a while. She was facing Peyton Royce in singles action, and Peyton Royce won. It was an alright match. Like I said, nothing special. Surprised that Peyton won, but it sets up this feud for the Iconics with Naomi for a little bit, I guess. And yeah, different feud. Haven't seen it before, so can't really complain about that. And then we had the moment that everyone was waiting for, the Becky Lynch promo after what happened at SummerSlam, after she demolished Charlotte Flair. And it was a really good promo to start with. Becky was like, this was my time. I'm fed up of people saying I'm not Charlotte's friend. This was my time to prove to all the critics that I am the best on this roster. I am no longer Charlotte's friend. I'm no longer in her shadow. But Charlotte took that away from me, and I did what I did. And then she blamed the fans, kind of. And I was like, oh, for crying out loud. Like, she was there like, oh, you all stood and applauded Charlotte. It was like, no, I don't think anyone did that. There was just a chorus of boos throughout the stadium when Charlotte won. And it was a bit it left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth because Becky is the most over person on the roster, and to say that is just wrong in all levels. But the rest of her promo was straight facts, and even when Charlotte came out this time, which she did, Charlotte got boos rained down on her, and there was a massive scrap in the ring between Charlotte and Becky, and all the SmackDown women's roster came running out to split them apart. They were just brawling, and I don't know what they're gonna do, because obviously what people think is they're gonna have an evolution, Becky versus Charlotte, but obviously we've got this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming up, so I don't know whether they're going to have a match at Hell in a Cell for the title. It's not going to be Charlotte versus Carmella, because that was announced later on in the show that Charlotte versus Carmella for the title, it will be next week on SmackDown. So it's not going to be that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that. I just wonder how they're going to book it. Just don't have Becky blame the fans again, because that's just wrong. It's nothing to do with whether the fans wanted her to win or not, because they obviously did. Like, she's the most over person on the roster, on the entire roster, at the moment. Next up, we had a rematch from SummerSlam pre-show. We had Rusev and Lana versus Almas and Vega. This time, Rusev and Lana win with the help of Aiden English, if you will. Almas rolled out to the ring while Lana, well, at the moment the legal partners were Rusev and Almas, but Vega slid into the ring. Lana and her were having a little scrap. Almas rolled out to the ring and picked up a steel chair to get himself DQ'd, basically. But as Almas was rolling back in the ring with the chair, none other than Aiden English grabbed it off him, distracted Almas. Almas turned round, hit with a Machka kick, and then into the accolade. Rusev and Lana win. They get their revenge after weeks of losing, basically, and Aiden helped them. I think this match is what should have happened at SummerSlam. I think the redemption of Aiden English would have fitted well with SummerSlam. It was a better match than their SummerSlam match. It was very fast paced as well. I very much enjoyed it. And yeah, it didn't happen at SummerSlam, which was okay. It's done. You can't really do much about that, but it was a very good match in my opinion. And Rusev and Lana finally pick up the win. Next up, we had a promo with AJ Styles and Renee Young. I had an interview about what happened at SummerSlam. Obviously, AJ went mental after Joe said to his wife that he was going to be their new daddy and all that. And he said if Joe mentions his family once again, he will rip Joe's heart out. But before long, Samoa Joe sneaked up behind, demolished AJ, put him in the cookie in the clutch, and then dragged the cameraman towards him and said, I know you want him to be home to tuck your kids in, Wendy, but Daddy's not coming home because Daddy's already gone night-night. Samoa Joe is just amazing. Everything Samoa Joe says and does is just amazing. He's just an unbelievable performer in the ring, on the mic. I mean, I have a feeling that AJ's going to keep the title until at least the Rumble, because I think it's about 10 days before the Rumble he beats CM Punk's record for longest reigning modern day WWE champion. But I wouldn't mind Joe being champion sometime soon, if I'm honest, because he's just amazing. He's just absolutely amazing. And we get on to the last match on the cards, the SmackDown Tag match. The New Day versus the champions, the Bludgeon Brothers. And the New Day are your new tag team champions. There were rumours that Eric Rowan got injured after SummerSlam, but I think this was probably going to happen anyway. Especially after the DQ. Maybe he got injured before SummerSlam, hence why they did the DQ to set up this. I don't know, but it got a massive pop, a massive reaction. I think earlier on in the night we had a little promo between the bar and the club, and next week they're going to kind of have a number one contenders match. I wouldn't mind seeing the club win that, to be fair, to face the New Day, because we haven't seen the club in ages, and the club are great. But we'll have to wait and see for that. But like I said, the New Day are your new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, and it was fantastic. Fantastic. I expected them to win it at SummerSlam. They still got the win via DQ, and then they won it here. So we're going to have some great matches again for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, in my opinion. And that was SmackDown Live. Like I said, it was very good, and it was action packed. But yeah, if you like that, please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, or you haven't done so already. And tweet us at BadBookersWP. Leave comments down below, and any questions for the podcast, leave them down below or tweet us. And yeah, please subscribe, and I shall see you maybe for NXT. I don't know whether I'll still carry on with the NXT reviews, but maybe for NXT. I shall see you again whenever I do. Thank you, and goodbye.